I'm going to tell you something.
Okay.
I think Jalen Washington got robbed in last year's Potty Awards.
Really?
I went back and listened to it today. It was November 3rd of 2023 is when his interview ran.
Okay.
That interview had it all.
Yeah.
He got robbed. So J-Wash, and J-Wash is with us here today. We do, at the end of the school year, we do these things called the Potty Awards. I mean, they're right over your right shoulder, no pressure, don't get
golden
nervous.
Geese up there.
Oh, okay.
For the listeners vote on the best interviews of the year and some other things. I just keep that in the back of your mind as you listen to this. I think he was robbed last year.
Okay. You know what? Jalen Washington likes to rob people of made baskets at him by blocking their shots.
Wow.
I do.
That's a professional.
Like that transition right there, Jalen.
That was smooth right there. That was smooth.
What was the best part of your day on Saturday?
Saturday, man. I couldn't even tell you. It was just a whole lot of fun. From the game to celebrating with my teammates. The entire day was really good.
All right, you guys go to hostile places all the time, and you go and you play on the road, and people yell at you all the time. Is NC State different in that regard, the way that people speak to you or the way that people are yelling? Is it nastier? Is it any worse than anywhere else you go?
I would say, yeah, a little bit. It definitely can be a little bit nastier than other places that we played at.
How do you try and block that out?
Just playing the game, focus on the game. That has what people have to say, like the fans and all this stuff, other antics, has nothing to do with following the game, playing and competing.
Take us through the last 30 seconds. First on the offensive end. We talked about this earlier in the show, but just kind of how you kept moving around even as Elliott was looking for you in order to get in position to make that play. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, they put 2 on the ball, and I just moved to the spot I felt like it was open. Elliott, I feel like people haven't really been talking about how incredible of a pass that was, and especially in a high-pressure situation like that. So that was an incredible pass that he made, and we made eye contact right before he threw it to me.
How about on the defensive side?
Oh, man. Taylor tried to drive Elliott, and I was weak side. I was just ready to make a big play. He bodied him off. He wasn't able to get all the way to the basket, and I'm glad it wasn't a goaltend. I felt like I had to go get it once I saw the ball was in the air.
2 months ago, do you make that block?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, honestly.
What has happened to enable you to make those plays more regularly?
Just playing with a lot more confidence, anticipating plays, just being a lot more alert.
Confidence is something. I mean, it's easy to say, just play with more confidence. But I know that's a lot harder to do than it is to say. So as you have started to see more success here over the last 3, 4, 5 games or so, like when did that process start for you? When did you start building some of that confidence?
I feel like it's been a thing where, I had times where I haven't been playing with as much confidence. So I feel like it started there, just looking at myself and like how I'm playing, going back and watching film, and then just trying to relax and just have fun out there, just slowing myself down, getting out of my head, being more present. So I couldn't really give you a specific time where it was, but those were definitely things that I've done to help myself feel more at ease and just be immersed in playing in the game.
And when you say get out of your head a little bit, so does that mean like not thinking as much while you're actually playing? Does that mean more prep work so that you don't have to think? Like, what do you mean by that?
Being in your head is just like overthinking stuff to the point where like you're really not doing anything. So, just overthinking things. I can't really put it into any more words than that. What if this play go wrong, or what if this happens, or stuff that you can't really control. So just really not thinking about that, and just playing as hard as I can. Really, those are the things that really help me stay present and just play confident. Really.
Did you feel the confidence before we saw the results?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's been a daily thing where I've just trying to be mindful of how I think about myself, how I've been playing and practice and stuff, just like my entire preparation for the game. And not even just for the game, but for the rest of the season.
What's been different about how you think about yourself? Like your first 2 years, you were behind Armando. Do you think about yourself differently during that time than you do now when you're not behind anybody?
When you play like limited minutes, you can kind of those opportunities, the mistakes that you make with the opportunity that you get can kind of stick with you. And I've always been kind of a perfectionist, so I could dwell on things that I mess up or stuff didn't go the way that I wanted it to in certain moments. So that's probably been one thing, the biggest thing that I've been adjusted to, just letting stuff go and letting things be how they are, and then just kind of putting one foot right in front of the next one and just moving on, learning from things that happened in the past and understanding that I can't change it. But the thing I can change is how I'm gonna react to that.
As you can tell from hearing Jalen, probably you've seen or listened to him before. Like, Jalen Washington is extraordinarily nice. Like, he's just a nice guy. But I know you don't want to play nice. Like, you want to have a little bit of edge when you're out there. Is it hard to be mean Jalen when you're on the court when you're normally nice Jalen in your day-to-day life?
Nah, especially in high pressure situations, you got to bring like that nastiness out of you. You got to bring like that edge out of you. So I feel like when you're competing on the court, there's no need to be nice. But like I use like manners like all the time off the court. I'm just like a really polite guy. So I feel like those are two like separate worlds.
Jalen blocks a shot. He's like, "Excuse me, sir. That shot will not be going in today."
Do not bring that into my territory, kind sir. Okay, you got to play with an edge, and sometimes you got to go back down.
Oh, my God.
So sometimes you got to. I've done it in my life. I'm just going to go ahead and
Adam
admit
lives his life honestly by that, Jalen.
I may or may not have
That's
gone back down
hilarious.
on Saturday. We don't know.
That's
It's just that I
hilarious.
didn't block the game tying shot. Just take us through those moments and kind of, as you were thinking about it, what were you thinking?
Well, I just want to first off and say that I'm 20. It was, a big game for us. Made a big play. Emotions run high. Did something that might have been a little immature. But I feel like that's all that it was. So really, that's all I can say about that.
But I mean, what else? What else do you say? Like that happens. It did happen. You just heard what he said.
Yeah.
It does. There's no better response than that. And I know Coach May had some things to say, and some other folks, and I think it's fair to say probably not going to do it again.
For sure.
But the Tar Heels won the game.
Yeah, that's the
Drive
most
home
important thing. Yeah.
I've heard you mention Coach May a couple times as somebody who has been beneficial to you. What is that relationship like? And are there other people that you've spoken to, worked with, whatever it might be, that you feel like have helped you in your development as you've moved through your career and this year specifically?
Yeah, well, he's one of the biggest guys that's like advocates for me in this program. Us both being from Indiana, us both playing like similar positions. He's always just been a guy that's been in my corner way before I even stepped on campus. Whether I was playing well, whether I had times where I was playing where I could have been playing better, he's just always been in my corner, talking to me, mentoring me. It's just really been helpful.
Anybody else that you talk to or that you feel like?
Yeah, all the coaches really. Coach Sully, Coach Lebo, MP, HD, Coach Lebo, everybody, Joel James, Rasheed Wallace, a whole bunch of like other vets, Garrison Brooks, Shaman Williams. There's so many more guys that I could name. That everybody that just comes back, you really get the sense of that Carolina family because they're reaching out to you during the season and not just while they're you're in person seeing them.
When I've seen you sort of talking basketball with people these last 3 years, the people who come to mind are Joel James, who people are going to hear from later this week. I've seen you talking to Tyler Zeller a couple times.
Yeah. Shout out Tyler too.
And Eric Montross.
Yep.
What is it about those three who, even though they're not coaches, what does it mean to you as a player that they took the time to maybe tell you a thing or two that they thought might be helpful, and what did you learn from them?
Man, those guys are pros. And I respect them so much just because, they're played a lot of basketball and they play at the highest level, and that's where I want to play. So, just taking every single thing that they say to heart and appreciating them, like pouring into me as much as they can because they don't have to. That's the thing that makes me really appreciate it. They could just, like, walk past me like, I'm nobody and, just go about their day. But the fact that they spend the time to, want to pour into me and give me as much as advice as I can use as possible, it just means the world to me.
Good.
3 of those 4 guys are Indiana guys.
Yeah.
What is it about you Indiana guys?
Man, we always just stick together, no matter where we from, whether it's Gary, Bloomington, wherever it is.
Say it's warmer down in North Carolina. We're going to come down there, play some ball, and all hang out. That's what it comes down to.
Exactly.
I think it's 12 blocks now in the last 3 games. Like, you've always been able to block some shots, but this is a higher rate. What's been working in that area for you here as of late?
Just anticipation from the weak side. The guards are doing good jobs of leveling guys off on the drives and not allowing them to get all the way to the basket. And we have a little bit shorter guards, so I'm able to like reach over them and jump up and block those shots. So I feel like just anticipation, and once you get the feel for something, you really just start to see the confidence growing in that area.
You guys played a really hard schedule the first 2 months or so of the season. Do you think that is beneficial now that you've gotten into conference play? Are you starting to see some benefits of playing these really good teams that you consistently played now that you're getting into ACC action?
Yeah, for sure, because we played a lot of the teams that we played earlier in the season are like top 5, top 10 teams, and we've been in close situations with them. So that gives us the utmost confidence moving forward. When we do see those tight quarter situations again, that we can come out and thrive if we just stick together, stick to our game plans, and just really compete.
Coach Davis has said since October, November that he misses having Harrison Ingram, Cormac Ryan, guys like that around who will talk in the locker room, hold their teammates accountable, things like that. Feels like these last couple weeks or so, I've seen you doing more of that. Is that something you feel comfortable doing, and are you trying to do that?
Yeah, definitely. He always talks about them, and just not necessarily just about having them, missing them, but for our team and being in the present, he talks about just our team forming a voice and having a voice. And recently, just like with me playing more confidence, just feeling, that, I can be myself in any situation, whether it's in practice, whether it's in the game, first half, second half, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I would say so, just really speaking up a little bit more, feeling more comfortable. Also, those are like the biggest things.
Is that hard to do the first time?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not really an extroverted guy. I'm a little bit more like reserved, kind of quiet until like it's time to step on the court. Then it's time to talk and all that stuff. So I feel like trying something out new and stepping into a new role can definitely be a little bit different. But I feel like I've been getting comfortable with it.
All right, Jalen's got practice coming up, so he can't stay a super long time, so just 1 or 2 more questions. Jalen Washington, 3-point shot. We've seen you make it before. Like, I feel like one of these is going in here in the very near future.
Yeah, I think I've shot 8. I've missed all 8. I feel like it's just more a thing of just shooting a little bit more, being shot ready, just letting it come to me. I'm not really worried about it going in.
I got 2 non-basketball things for you because I think people don't understand like how much stuff Jalen Washington knows. Number 1, I think NIL gets a lot of bad rap, some deservedly so, but also people don't understand some of the positives associated with it also. Mm-hmm. From your perspective, what do you see as some of the positives of that, of things maybe it's enabled you to do or your family to do that people might not understand?
Oh man, NIL is really life-changing. There are large amounts of money that are coming into the pockets of kids that have never seen that before. So it's enabling us to help our family out, help our friends out, go places we've never been before. Just really our outtake on life is it's ticked up a lot more. We've just been able to do a lot more with what we have.
And then speaking of going places you haven't gone, so last time you were here, you had been to the beach over the summer with the team, but you were looking forward to the Bahamas, and now you've also been to Maui.
Yeah.
So I need you to rate and compare North Carolina beaches, Bahamas, Maui. What do we think?
Okay, I've only been to Outer Banks.
Right.
I've been there twice though.
Yep.
And since I've been with my teammates in each situation. I would say for the instance, Outer Banks is number 1.
There we go.
Hawaii is number 2, and Bahamas is number 3.
Did you do anything fun in Hawaii?
Not really. I didn't really go to the beach. I just spent some time with my mom by the water, though. Yeah, she was there. So I was happy that she was able to be there, and we really just spent some time talking, enjoying the weather.
All right. You guys are playing a little bit better as a unit and starting to come together a little bit. What have you seen kind of team-wise that's allowing you guys to play a little bit better here as of late? And as you move forward here over what you know, because you've been through it, is a grueling couple of months through ACC play, what needs to continue to happen?
Man, the communication has been great, whether it's in the locker room, like off the court, on the court. The communication has been great. We've been talking to each other a lot more, and I feel like that just helps us with our game plan because we're more together. Everything is more cohesive. So I feel like that's the biggest thing that we need to do. Staying together is always important for around this time of season. The competition in practice has been great. Everybody's been playing their hardest. Just like the level of detail that'll definitely help us throughout the entire conference play. Having a high level of attention to detail, great communication, and just incredible effort.